One of the requests we regularly receive is, "I just want to get away from people." I've felt this way myself at times. Perhaps getting away from people is the answer, or maybe it's just you need to get away from the wrong people and surround yourself with the right people. But if getting away from people is your goal, perhaps you should consider going to the least populated state in the entire USA. Of all the 50 states, which do you think has the smallest population? Many people think it is Alaska or one of the smaller states in the Northeast. They are close, but not correct. Alaska is the third least populated state with approximately 733,000 people. And Vermont in the Northeast is the second least populated state with around 647,000 people. But the least populated of all the 50 states is Wyoming, with approximately 586,000 people in the entire state. And Wyoming is a large state by land size, the 10th largest state in the entire U.S., measuring in at over 62 million acres. Not only is Wyoming massive and sparsely populated, nearly half of all the land in Wyoming, over 30 million acres, is public land. This includes over 18.4 million acres of BLM land, over 9 million acres of national forest land, and over 450,000 acres of Wyoming Game and Fish Department land. And as an added benefit, Wyoming has no state income tax. One of the many benefits of this vast amount of public land is that from almost anywhere in the state, you are just a short drive from publicly accessible land where you may enjoy hiking, camping, mountain biking, ATVing, horseback riding, hunting, and wildlife viewing. And there is a wide variety of wildlife that roam Wyoming, including bear, bison, elk, moose, mule deer, bighorn sheep, pronghorn, gray wolf, coyote, and mountain lion. If you have the available resources, you can purchase a massive ranch in Wyoming. Some of the Wyoming ranches for sale are more than 10,000 acres. But if you don't have tens of millions of dollars available and want to stake your claim in Wyoming, perhaps this property we're about to show you will fit your needs. This property features incredible views of Elk Mountain. There are no covenants or restrictions with this property. There's no minimum dwelling size. You can use the property recreationally, seasonally, or live there full time. Power is just a few hundred feet away. The Medicine Bow National Forest is over 2 million acres. The diverse terrain includes mountain ranges, with the highest peak reaching over 12,000 feet. That peak being Medicine Bow Peak. The Medicine Bow National Forest offers incredible recreational opportunities, including hiking, camping, fishing, mountain biking, skiing, and snowmobiling. There's a vast array of trails and campgrounds. Wildlife in the Medicine Bow National Forest includes elk, moose, mule deer, black bears, mountain lions, coyotes, foxes, beavers, bald eagles, golden eagles, sage grouse, and ruffed grouse. Lakes and streams within the Medicine Bow National Forest are home to rainbow, brook, cutthroat, and brown trout. And you can reach a northern portion of the Medicine Bow National Forest just 12 miles from the property. To give you an idea where the property is located, this is the 2 acres right here. About 6.5 miles north of the property is the town of Elk Mountain. The mountain you enjoy the views of from the property is also named Elk Mountain, hence where the town gets its name. This is the drive from the property to Elk Mountain. It's a small town with a population around 150. In Elk Mountain, there's a cafe at the Elk Mountain Trading Company, which has 4.7 stars out of 5 on Google, and that's across 87 reviews. It also has 4.7 stars on Yelp. As you can see from the photos, it's a family-friendly restaurant with a historical component, and that's a nice attribute to have only 6.5 miles from the property. As we discussed the sparse population of Wyoming, there are many properties in Wyoming where the nearest warm meal from a restaurant is several hours away. In the town of Elk Mountain, there's also a post office, a public library, town hall and senior center, along with a church. And just a couple miles from Elk Mountain, you'll find Interstate 80. If we go to the interactive map, here's the 2 acres highlighted in green. Let's zoom out a little bit. Over here to the east is Pass Creek Road. Pass Creek Road intersects with State Highway 72. This is right over by Elk Mountain. Here's Pass Creek Road. Here's State Highway 72. Here's Elk Mountain. And then just to the north is Interstate 80. You can cross over Interstate 80 and that will take you north to the town of Hanna. Hanna is larger than Elk Mountain. It has a population over 600. In Hanna, there's a grocery store, along with hardware and supplies. There's also an elementary school, along with a high school. Another thing to point out, just about 9 miles from the property, if we go back down here to where State Highway 72 crosses over Interstate 80. Just as you cross over Interstate 80, there's a convenience store with fuel. And this is only about 9 miles from the property, with a good portion of that drive being on a state highway. If you hop on Interstate 80 and head west, it will take you to the city of Rawlins. Rawlins is about 51 miles from the property. It has a population of around 10,000. In Rawlins, there's a city market, grocery store, Tractor Supply, Family Dollar, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Walmart, and the Memorial Hospital of Carbon County. If you continue heading west on Interstate 80, it'll take you to Rock Springs, and then all the way to Salt Lake City, Utah, which is about 5 hours from the property. And then once you get on Interstate 80, if you head to the east, you'll reach Laramie, Wyoming, in a little over an hour. Laramie is about 67 miles from the property, with about 90% of that being on Interstate 80. Laramie is over 3 times the size of Rawlins, with a population of around 33,000. Nestled between the Snowy Range and the Laramie Mountains, Laramie offers a perfect blend of small-town charm, stunning natural beauty, and rich cultural heritage. In Laramie, you'll find a hospital, Walmart, Safeway, Walgreens, Ace Hardware, regional airport, and the University of Wyoming. If we continue heading east on Interstate 80, it will take you now to Cheyenne, Wyoming. Cheyenne is about an hour and 50 minutes from the property and is the largest city in the entire state of Wyoming with a population over 90,000. In Cheyenne, Interstate 80 intersects with Interstate 25, and then you can take Interstate 25 south into Colorado. The property is a little over 2 hours from Fort Collins and a little over 3 hours from Denver, Colorado, where you'll find the nearest international airport. If everything you've heard and seen so far sounds appealing to you, then head over to our website, landio.com, click on the Available tab, and then filter the state down to Wyoming. There's currently 3 properties available in Wyoming. The property we're discussing now is the 2 acres for $39,997. Click on that image, it will take you to the property details page. We have over 100 images of the property and the surrounding area. Click on the Images tab, then click the full screen icon, then the grid icon. There you can view all of those images in a grid format. If you'd like to enlarge one of these images, just click on it. Then you can navigate through the rest of the images or go back to the grid format. On the Map tab, we have the interactive map, which you can also view in full screen by clicking the full screen link, which will open up that map in a new tab. And below this main area, you'll find the property details. The property taxes are less than $200 a year for the entire property. There's no HOA or HOA fees. And again, there's no covenants or restrictions. Here's a detailed property description, along with distances to some of the nearby points of interest and links where you can find more information about those locations. And here we have the GPS coordinates and links where you can open those on a Google map. This property is listed with Wyoming real estate agent Rebecca Williams of eXp Realty. For questions or to purchase this property, please call or text Rebecca anytime. Her number is 307-395-0929. Again, that number is 307-395-0929. If you're looking for a different type of property or a property in another state, click on the Available tab. As of this recording, we have 94 properties available across a variety of states, including Texas, Colorado, California, North Carolina, Tennessee. These properties also fall in a wide range of size and prices. For example, here's 4.1 acres in Tennessee with a newly installed water well for $85,000, while there's also 20 acres just outside of Nashville, Tennessee, that can be subdivided in up to 16 lots, and the entire 20-acre parcel is $2.3 million. There's also income-producing farms. For example, this 592 acres in Texas. This 81-acre property outside of Telluride, Colorado has 2 homes on it, as well as a resident elk herd. Here's 42 plus acres in Texas with a custom home and a half-acre property in the Hollywood Hills. But if your heart is set on Wyoming and you're looking for more land, consider this 561 acres overlooking the Alcova Reservoir. Borders BLM land and is just minutes from the North Platte River. If this 561 acres in Wyoming is of interest, you can also call or text the listing agent Rebecca Williams at 307-395-0929. Again, that number is 307-395-0929. On behalf of myself, my family, and the entire team here at Landio, we sincerely appreciate your support and ask that you help us make the dream of land ownership come true for more people by sharing our website, our properties, and our videos with everyone that you know. Thank you and God bless.
LANDIO.com